Chosen one, pause for a moment and feel the weight of this instant. The very act of clicking on this message is not random. It is not coincidence that your eyes are reading these words right now. Something in the spirit realm shifted the moment you arrived here. There is a divine magnetism at work, a heavenly alignment that drew you in, and it is speaking directly to your soul. You are being called, recognized, and affirmed in a way that transcends ordinary circumstances. This is a moment where heaven intersects with the natural world, where spiritual currents are converging around your presence, and your destiny is being reminded of the authority it carries. Do not underestimate the significance of this moment. It is an invitation to awaken fully, to recognize that your life, your voice, and your very essence are more powerful than you may have allowed yourself to understand. When a chosen one experiences anger, it is never merely human frustration. It is a signal, a divine tremor in the unseen realms, a spiritual current moving in response to the righteousness and authority that heaven has placed upon you. Your anger is not a flaw, nor is it a weakness. It is a sign that something hidden is being confronted, that spiritual forces operating in secrecy are being exposed. It is a mantle of authority, a sacred energy that the enemy cannot ignore, and that those around you feel even when they do not understand it. Heaven is activating protection around you, and at the same time, your spirit is rising to a higher level of discernment. This is a sacred moment of alignment and awakening. Your emotions are deeply intertwined with the spiritual laws that govern your life. And when anger stirs within you, it sets in motion movements far beyond what the natural eye can perceive. This message is meant to illuminate what truly happens when a chosen one becomes agitated, frustrated, or stirred in righteous indignation. It is a revelation designed to clarify the unseen consequences and the spiritual reality behind your emotional surges. You are being shown that your anger is not ordinary. It carries power, authority, and the ability to shift atmospheres, uncover truth, and reveal what others have tried to conceal. Your words, even those spoken in moments of frustration, are imbued with a spiritual resonance that influences the environment and the people around you. You may not fully recognize the impact of your voice or the weight of your spirit, but this teaching is meant to awaken that awareness. The purpose of this message is not to instill fear nor to demand control over your emotions through guilt. Rather, it is a divine invitation to understand the sacred mechanics of your anointing. It is to reveal how your spiritual presence responds when stirred, how the unseen realm reacts to the vibration of your anger, and how heaven uses these moments to protect, correct, and purify both you and those around you. By the end of this teaching, you will begin to see your anger not as a simple human emotion, but as a powerful spiritual tool, one that, when stewarded with wisdom and discernment, can illuminate darkness, reveal truth, and align your destiny with the divine purposes laid out for you. Chosen one, let your heart open. Let your spirit rise and prepare to witness the profound ways in which your power manifests when your inner fire is awakened. This is not ordinary revelation. This is a spiritual unveiling. Heaven has brought you here for clarity, for empowerment, and for confirmation that your life and your voice are instruments of divine authority. Pay close attention, for the lessons you are about to receive will shift not only your understanding of anger, but your entire perception of spiritual influence and power. Chosen one, understand this truth from the depths of your spirit. The anger that rises within you is not ordinary. It is not the fleeting frustration of someone unremarkable or the surface-level irritation of everyday life. When a chosen one is stirred, when your spirit ignites with righteous indignation, it carries spiritual voltage. This is divine energy, a mantle of authority placed upon you long before you were aware of your calling. Your anger is infused with purpose, a signal to the unseen realm that truth must be revealed, that deception cannot remain hidden, and that heaven is moving on your behalf. It is an electric force vibrating with spiritual weight, and it demands recognition. The atmosphere feels it even when others cannot name it. Your words, your presence, and even your silence are charged with this sacred energy, and it moves far beyond what ordinary human eyes can perceive. But with this power comes profound consequence. Every word spoken in anger carries spiritual authority. They do not merely communicate emotion, they imprint on the environment and those around you. A single sentence released in frustration can ripple like seeds cast upon fertile soil, unfolding in ways you may not yet understand. Lies, hidden motives, and pretenses cannot endure in the presence of your anointed voice. Those around you may feel discomfort, confusion, or conviction, not because you intend harm, but because the spiritual truth behind your words pierces layers of concealment. Even unintentional statements can expose realities that have long been suppressed, revealing character, intention, and alignment in ways that ordinary interactions never could. Your voice is a divine instrument, sharpened by your experiences and empowered by your calling, capable of cutting through illusions and illuminating what has been obscured. Yet the purpose of this manifestation of anger is not condemnation. It is not designed to harm, shame, or destroy relationships unnecessarily. Instead, it is purification through truth. The honesty that arises when your spirit is stirred is a refining fire. It challenges the shadows, confronts deceit, and brings clarity to what has been cloaked in pretense. People may perceive it as judgment, but it is sacred correction, a cleansing of environments and relationships, and a necessary alignment for destiny to advance. When your anger speaks, it functions as a spiritual mirror, reflecting what is hidden back to those who refuse to see, while simultaneously strengthening your discernment and reinforcing the boundaries that protect your purpose. Chosen one, recognize the sacred weight of your anger. It is a sign of divine authority, a spiritual force in motion, and a tool of purification that heaven has entrusted to you. Every surge of righteous indignation is a revelation, an unveiling, and a catalyst for truth that carries consequences far beyond the natural realm. Embrace it with awareness, discernment, and respect for your words and your presence, even in anger, are instruments of revelation, exposing what cannot remain hidden and establishing the foundation for divine justice. Chosen one, know this: when your spirit ignites with anger, it is not confined to your own experience. The energy you carry vibrates outward, reaching into both the spiritual and natural realms simultaneously. This is spiritual resonance in action, a force that disturbs the unseen, reshapes the atmosphere, and commands attention, even before a word leaves your lips. Your anger carries authority because it is not merely an emotional response. It is a declaration of truth from a spirit aligned with heaven. The unseen realm responds first, adjusting, alerting, and amplifying your presence, and the natural world follows. It is as if the very air bends around the weight of your spirit, preparing everything within it to respond to the sacred force you embody. Because of this, people around you will feel the shift long before they understand it. Tension may rise, anxiety may ripple through hearts, and confusion may cloud thoughts. Those with hidden motives will instinctively recoil, unable to maintain the illusions they have constructed. Others may grow silent, hesitant, or unusually reflective, sensing that your anger reveals far more than they can see. Even the innocently curious will detect the subtle power in your energy, the undeniable authority woven into your presence. They may misinterpret it as hostility, but it is not anger. In its ordinary form, they are responding to the spiritual pressure your awakened spirit radiates. Every glance, every pause, every small movement becomes amplified in the atmosphere, carrying unspoken truth to those around you. Yet it is not only words that communicate this power. Your very being, your posture, your breath, your stillness conveys authority and truth to the environment. Even silence in the midst of rising anger becomes a loud proclamation. It is as if creation itself senses the weight of your calling and responds accordingly. Animals may shift, the air may feel denser, and people may adjust unconsciously to the energy field that surrounds you. This energy amplification is a testament to the divine imprint upon your spirit. Your emotions, your authority, and your spiritual identity ripple outward, influencing circumstances and revealing hidden realities without a single word being spoken. Chosen one, understand the sacred responsibility in this. Your presence is not passive. It is active, charged, and undeniably impactful. The atmosphere responds because you are not ordinary. You are chosen. Every shift, every reaction, every subtle movement carries the weight of spiritual truth, exposing what is hidden and awakening awareness where it has long been dormant. When you recognize the power of your anger and its effect on the environment, you begin to steward it with wisdom. You do not suppress it, but you also do not release it without discernment, for every emotion you carry has the potential to shape reality. Purify the space and command alignment with the divine. Chosen one, understand that the anger which rises within you is far from ordinary. It is a revelatory force designed to illuminate what has long been hidden. When your spirit flares with righteous agitation, the masks worn by others cannot withstand the pressure. Deception, jealousy, pretense, and envy that have been quietly operating in the shadows are suddenly revealed. Those who have smiled in your presence while harboring secret opposition find themselves exposed. Even the smallest shift in your tone, the slightest tightening in your energy, can prompt confessions, reveal true motives, and bring hidden hearts into the light. Your anger is a spiritual wind sweeping away false coverings and compelling authenticity in ways that polite conversation could never achieve. This exposure is not chaos. It is divine protection. Heaven understands the dangers of hidden alliances, false loyalties, and subtle sabotage. Your anger acts as a shield, forcing truth into visibility and allowing you to see clearly whom you can trust. It is a sacred tool designed to separate genuine allies from counterfeit connections. When you feel that surge of emotion, do not fear it, for it is not meant to punish or destroy. Instead, it is a moment of discernment, a heavenly nudge to protect your heart, your purpose, and your calling from those who would derail them. The relationships that cannot withstand this illumination were never aligned with your destiny. Your anger simply uncovers what heaven has already decided must be revealed for your protection. Moreover, this emotional fire serves as spiritual redirection. It is purifying, clarifying, and freeing. The intensity you feel is not an invitation to recklessness, but an opportunity for alignment. When anger exposes the hidden hearts around you, it allows you to disengage from those who would compromise your calling. It separates wheat from weeds, covenant partners from seasonal distractions, and loyalty from illusion. Each moment of revealed truth is a chance to recalibrate your life, to prioritize connections that fortify your destiny, and to release what was never meant to accompany you on your sacred path. Your fire is not destructive. It is liberating, carving pathways through deception so that your journey remains unimpeded and fully empowered. Chosen one, recognize the sacred weight of your authority in these moments. Your anger is prophetic, protective, and purposeful. It is a divine instrument of revelation, separating what is real from what is counterfeit and redirecting your life toward clarity, alignment, and freedom. When your spirit rises in this way, honor the process. Witness the truth it unveils, embrace the protection it provides, and allow it to guide you away from false connections. In this, you are not only safeguarded, you are being prepared to walk fully into the power, presence, and destiny that heaven has ordained for you. Chosen one, there is a power in your silence that rivals the impact of your spoken words. When anger rises and you choose withdrawal instead of confrontation, when you remain quiet instead of reacting impulsively, your spirit is still communicating with unmistakable authority. This quiet anger, this deliberate pause resonates across the spiritual and natural realms alike. Those around you may sense a heaviness, a subtle shift, an almost imperceptible charge in the atmosphere. They may not understand why the air feels dense, why conversations pause, or why hearts grow uneasy. But your silence is speaking volumes. It declares truth exposes deception and establishes boundaries without a single syllable. This silence is not emptiness. It is spiritual discipline. Heaven equips you with the wisdom to know that not every moment of anger requires a verbal release. Your spirit gathers power, your insight sharpens, and your awareness expands. In these quiet moments, the veil lifts, revealing patterns, motives, and alignments that may have previously gone unnoticed. You begin to see the dynamics of relationships more clearly, understanding who stands with integrity and who cannot be trusted. The observations you make in these moments are not trivial. They carry prophetic significance. Each quiet breath, each restrained reaction is a calibration of your spiritual perception, a sharpening of your discernment, and a preparation for the truths you are destined to speak. Moreover, heaven tempers your authority through these moments of restraint. Your anger, powerful and far-reaching, carries spiritual voltage that can affect circumstances, people, and even opportunities. Without careful stewardship, the energy it releases can have unintended consequences. Silence becomes the conduit through which your power is channeled responsibly. It allows heaven to guide the flow of your authority, ensuring that your spiritual energy aligns with purpose rather than reaction. In this, you are not suppressing your power. You are mastering it. You are learning to wield it with precision, to speak when the time is right, and to act in alignment with divine timing. Chosen one, embrace the quiet as an instrument of spiritual refinement. Let your patience cultivate clarity. Let your restraint protect the sacred energy within you. In these moments, your spirit rises above the natural impulse to react, and your authority is strengthened, refined, and anchored. Silence is your shield, your teacher, and your amplifier. It communicates what words cannot protect, what is sacred, and ensures that when your voice finally speaks, it carries both truth and heaven's ordained power. In mastering quiet, you master yourself, your calling, and the spiritual landscape around you. Chosen one, understand that your anger is never ordinary. When frustration surges within you, it does more than stir emotions. It transforms thoughts into energy, and energy into movement in the spiritual realm. Even the fleeting flashes of irritation, the unspoken judgments, the silent stirrings of discontent carry a spiritual charge that cannot be ignored. Your mind is a vessel through which divine authority flows, and when that authority is stirred by emotional intensity, it becomes amplified, far-reaching, and potent. Heaven has wired your spirit to operate on a frequency that influences realms both seen and unseen. What feels like a private moment of frustration is, in truth, a declaration of spiritual force moving in alignment with your calling and your anointing. This amplification is powerful, but it is also profound in consequence. Even minor frustrations, if left unchecked, can trigger shifts in circumstances around you. Doors may open or close unexpectedly. Relationships may experience tension or fracture. Opportunities may align or vanish. Sometimes seemingly small moments of irritation can escalate into encounters with spiritual warfare you never intended to face. The world around you responds to the frequency of your inner state. Creation itself, from the natural to the spiritual senses, when your inner authority is stirred, and it adjusts accordingly. Your anger is a catalyst, and like all catalysts, it accelerates movement, intensifies reactions, and exposes what is hidden. Because of this, immense power, responsibility, and awareness are non-negotiable for the chosen one. Anger is not meant to be suppressed, yet neither is it meant to be released impulsively. You are entrusted with a mantle that few will ever understand, a spiritual authority that shapes the unseen realm and impacts the natural. Every thought, every word, every breath carries consequence. Stewardship of your inner world is the ultimate act of faithfulness to your calling. To walk unaware of this influence is to risk misalignment. To walk with disciplined prayer and discernment is to harness power with precision, ensuring that your authority becomes a source of protection, revelation, and divine alignment, rather than chaos or regret. Chosen one, embrace the gravity of your calling. Recognize that your inner storms are not signs of weakness, but indicators of profound spiritual influence. Guard your thoughts, temper your words, and maintain awareness of your emotional currents. Your anger is both a tool and a teacher. It reveals hidden realities, accelerates truth, and confirms the weight of your authority. When managed with wisdom, your spiritual power flows unhindered, aligning every circumstance with divine order. But when left unchecked, even momentary frustration carries consequences that ripple far beyond what the eye can see. Your responsibility is to master the vessel of your spirit, to allow your power to flow in harmony with heaven, and to walk fully aware of the authority you were born to carry. Chosen one, the journey of mastering anger begins with understanding that your emotions are not separate from your spiritual authority. They are deeply entwined. Every surge of anger carries a vibration that resonates in both the spiritual and natural realms, shaping outcomes, revealing truths, and exposing hidden agendas. Yet just as your anger has power, so too does your calmness. When you learn to integrate your emotional and spiritual selves, anger becomes a messenger rather than a weapon. You begin to see that calmness does not signify weakness. It restores alignment, channels authority with precision, and allows divine order to flow unhindered through your life. The chosen one, who balances fire with stillness, walks with clarity, embodying the maturity of one who understands the full weight of spiritual influence. Maturity, in this context, is not mere age or experience. It is the refinement of spirit and the cultivation of discernment. To express truth without creating unnecessary shockwaves requires a level of self-control that can only come from spiritual training and intentional awareness. This is the path of the refined chosen one, to speak boldly yet gently, to confront deception yet without chaos, to wield authority without creating havoc. Every measured response, every moment of restraint strengthens your spirit and teaches others the magnitude of your alignment with the divine. True mastery is revealed not in outbursts, but in the ability to command presence, influence outcomes, and maintain peace, even in the midst of provocation. Peace, therefore, is more than a state of mind. It is a form of spiritual armor. It protects you from the attacks of those who operate from hidden motives, shields you from reactive energy that would seek to destabilize your calling, and maintains the sanctity of your environment. When you cultivate stillness in your heart, you create a sanctuary for divine wisdom, allowing insight to flow without distortion. The chosen one, who walks in peace, becomes a stabilizing force in a turbulent world, a lighthouse of discernment and clarity that guides others toward alignment. Understand this truth. Mastery of anger is mastery of influence. By integrating emotion with spiritual authority, refining your responses through discipline, and resting in peace, you do not suppress your power, you elevate it. You become unstoppable in purpose, unshakable in spirit, and unassailable in the realm of truth. The storms around you may rage, but within you lies an unmovable core, the quiet strength of the chosen one, who knows how to harness every spark of anger and transmute it into divine power, protection, and revelation. Chosen one. What follows the storm of anger is not chaos, it is transformation. Anger, when understood and navigated with awareness, awakens a deeper layer of your spiritual authority. It reveals the hidden warrior within the part of your soul that holds unshakable power, unwavering presence, and clear boundaries. This awakening is not about dominance over others, but mastery over your own energy and your sphere of influence. The chosen one, who has faced the fire of righteous anger, carries a presence that communicates authority without words. It is an aura of discernment and power that cannot be ignored. Every glance, every action, every measured response now radiates the truth of your spiritual calling. As your authority becomes visible, the environment around you begins to respond. Relationships that were once based on pretense or convenience shift under the weight of your authentic presence. Others sense the alignment within you, and respect follows naturally, while deceit and manipulation retreat from your orbit. Your anger, once a raw and volatile energy, has become a revealing force, a lens through which truth is seen and integrity is recognized. In this space, you no longer need to fight for recognition. The energy of your being asserts the boundaries of respect, honor, and spiritual alignment effortlessly. This transformation also brings fortification of your spirit. The chosen one learns that power is not something to suppress, conceal, or fear. It is a divine gift that must be governed with wisdom and intentionality. Anger becomes a teacher showing you where your limits lie, where deception lurks, and where your influence must be wielded. With each moment of controlled response, your spiritual muscles strengthen. Your capacity to navigate the unseen realms expands, and the subtle currents of energy that once threatened to overwhelm you are now channels for discernment and divine strategy. The aftermath of anger is therefore a rebirth of authority, clarity, and spiritual fortitude. You emerge from the fire, not diminished, but refined, more attuned to your purpose, more aware of the power you carry, and more capable of commanding your environment with integrity. You are a chosen one who has harnessed the transformative power of emotion, transmuting it into a force for truth alignment and divine influence. The warrior within now stands vigilant, unshakable, and prepared to move with both courage and wisdom, knowing that every challenge is an opportunity to exercise authority in harmony with heaven's design. Chosen one, as you arrive at this moment, understand that you are standing in your Kairos hour, a divine appointment in which heaven itself is transferring alignment, authority, and spiritual insight directly into your life. This is no ordinary moment. It is a sacred convergence where the unseen realms converge with your purpose, confirming what has always been true: you are chosen. The experiences, the trials, and even the moments of anger and clarity you have walked through have prepared you for this very hour. Every spiritual shift, every lesson in discernment, and every revelation of authority has been orchestrated to awaken the fullness of your destiny. Divine confirmation flows over you now, as if heaven itself is whispering you are ready, you are aligned, you are empowered to carry what has been entrusted to you. This is why walking in expectancy is no longer optional, it is essential. The chosen one does not move in fear or hesitation. You move in awareness of the power and responsibility that your spiritual identity carries. Every step you take now, every thought you entertain, and every word you release carries weight in both the seen and unseen realms. Heaven is actively completing its work within you, molding your energy, refining your authority, and fortifying your spirit. Your alignment is the signal that opens doors, clears deception, and attracts those who resonate with your truth. Trust in this process. Trust that the divine currents you are experiencing are shaping you into a vessel of influence and light. Your anger, your silence, your discernment, and your courage, all of it has led you to a place where your authority is no longer hidden, but fully activated. And yet, with authority comes responsibility. Being chosen is not merely about awakening power. It is about stewarding it wisely, walking with integrity, and embracing the influence you have over your spiritual and natural environment. You are called to uphold truth, to protect the sacred spaces around you, and to exercise your discernment with both courage and humility. Each decision, each interaction, each spoken or unspoken word carries a ripple effect that resonates far beyond what the eye can see. The authority you now inhabit must be tempered with wisdom, refined by patience, and guided by alignment with heaven's purposes. Now, take a moment to affirm this truth within yourself. Declare amen to the confirmations you have received. Speak it aloud if you can feel it resonate through every fiber of your being, and allow it to anchor you in alignment with your divine assignment. This declaration is more than agreement. It is a commitment, a spiritual contract of faith, acknowledgement, and readiness. By affirming, Amen, you are not only confirming your connection to this message, but you are signaling to the heavens and to the spiritual realms that you are prepared to walk fully in your calling. Chosen one tonight, you stand in the intersection of preparation and fulfillment, of authority and responsibility, of revelation and action. Your journey through anger, discernment, silence, and transformation has culminated in this powerful Kairos moment. Embrace it. Step into your authority. Walk in expectancy. Allow heaven to complete its work, and know without doubt that the chosen life you were designed to live is unfolding before you, now with clarity, power, and unshakable purpose.